that, of course, is a story for another day, and I'll see you, and we'll talk about that down the road. Welcome, wrestling fans. You got the show here at One Wrestling WWE NXT Review. We are at Full Sail University. As usual, need to kick off them shoes. It's been a long day. Pop yourself a cold one. Find that comfortable spot. Have a seat. And let's get right into it as we open up the show with Hideo Itami coming out on the stage, down to the ring, cutting a promo about his injuries, about the Tokyo Super Show that's coming up, and him returning home, being able to see his family and the like, and saying that once he is recovered from the injury to his shoulder, which we know was a rotor cuff injury, that he will indeed be going after the NXT title. At this point, the music hits. The NXT champion, Kevin Owens, comes out, says it's nice to see him up there, and it's cute having him talk about going after the NXT title, and his feelings towards Finn Balor and the like, but irregardless, he would not be defeating him in Tokyo, that no one was defeating him for this title, and that, you know what, he's here to fight, and you got one good arm, and everybody's been blaming me for doing this damage to you, and since you got one good arm, if I'm going to take the blame for it, I might as well do something to earn it. I'm going to take that other arm. He comes down to the ring, getting ready to jump in and attack Hideo. Out of nowhere, Finn Balor jumps in, saving Hideo Itami from certain doom, beating down the NXT champion, following him up the stage, knocking him down, getting ready to lay him out with one of his phenomenal maneuvers, when out of nowhere, Gore, Rhino strikes the number one contender, Finn Balor, hitting him hard, knocking him down and out. And we have a situation brewing here, which I'm sure, knowing General Manager Regal, that if Finn Balor is in shape, we may have just found our main event of the evening here in NXT. We then had our first match of the night. Give divas a chance, indeed. Dana Brooks coming out, going up against the young Australian rookie Cassie, who is looking better and better every time I see her in the ring. And surprising enough, I have not been the biggest Dana Brooke fan, but as this match progressed and she was going up against a so-called rookie, as she's a rookie herself, you basically have two unseasoned participants in the ring, and both wrestled each other phenomenally. It was a very, very good match from both, and I'm very surprised that Dana Brooke looked fantastic. She actually looked like everything that she talks about that she is, and she indeed did take the win in this match. And we then had a quick interview backstage at that time with Charlotte Flair, where they discussed Dana Brooke talking about her wanting to replace Flair, coming after her and the like, and Flair basically just brushed her off, and basically anytime, anywhere, and she was gone. We then got part 2 of the Fergal Devitt, Who is Fergal Devitt documentary part, and this one, if you thought the first one was great, this one will blow your socks off, fans. As those who knew him as Prince Devitt, we are off to Japan, and not just Japan, but New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's right, the WWE is showing clips, pictures and talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling. New days indeed. We had Matt Bloom talking about the first time he had met Prince Devitt, Fergal Devitt. They just a great interview. We saw some clips of him in Scotland wrestling. Again, other matches from other federations, something WWE always shied away from, but Triple H and the NXT division is not in that boat. And this was just a fantastic piece, and I'm looking forward to the finale, part 3. There's no doubt in my mind that the build-up that they are doing for Finn Balor, that he will overcome and defeat Kevin Owens for the NXT title in Tokyo, Japan, in front of all his wrestling fans from the New Japan era, and of course all of us here in the States. That Tokyo show will be at 0530 hours. That's 5:30 a.m., ladies and gentlemen, Eastern Standard Time for those of you who don't know military time. 5:30 a.m. is when that show will air live in the United States on the WWE Network. I know I will be up and raring to go to watch this match live. I am not waiting till later in the day. I'm watching it from the beginning to the very end, and I'm looking forward to it, as I know a lot of wrestling fans are. So far, the only matches mentioned is this match. We know Brock Lesnar is going to be there. I'm sure some other major superstars will be there as well, but predominantly this is an NXT show flavored by the main roster. It's quite interesting to see how they go about that, but I digress. We then had, you know what, one quick thing which shocked me is that not only did they show New Japan Pro Wrestling shirts and the like, they showed the Bullet Club shirts, Bullet Club hats, Bullet Club gear. They showed Machine Gun Carl Anderson with Devitt, Fergal, Prince Devitt, Finn Balor, if you will. Will the WWE try to go after the Bullet Club? Obviously they couldn't use that name, but will Machine Gun Carl Anderson be the next man to get the knock on his door? I know Kenny Omega was approached for NXT and he turned it down. I mean, these gentlemen are making huge ducats out there in Japan. Big coin, that is, my friends, and I don't know if they're going to be willing to give up their freedom and their money to work for the big corporate machine of the WWE. The Young Bucks obviously have said they're not doing it. You're talking, that's the majority of this organization is not going to the WWE, as they say. AJ Styles is still up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen when his contract is up. But again, I digress. I don't want to get people upset. Let's jump into our next match, which is, get ready. Are you ready? Are you hyped? Are you psyched up? Are you ready to go? Is it hammer time? That's right. We're talking the Hype Brothers, Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder. This is a phenomenal new tag team that is tearing it up in NXT, going up against Sawyer Fulton and Angelo Dawkins, two young rookie stars who got a lot of potential in them. Again, I talked about Dawkins before. He has that look that the Kurt Angle squad had when they came in. I'm talking to, just not that they're clones of it, but they have that collegiate pro look to them, Dawkins, and I'm really expecting big things from him down the road. And Sawyer Fulton also looks very, very good in the ring. There is no doubt in your mind that the exciting crowd-pleasing duo of the Hype Brothers we're going to go over. It was a good-paced match. Both teams looked great. They hit it with a finisher. Where now Mojo picks up the opponent, and the Rough Rider is hit from the top rope, knocking him down like that. A beautiful new maneuver mixed in with his old one. That was for the 1-2-3 and the win. And, during that, of course, Hammer Time did occur. Hammer Time. I won't get into the dancing. Now, we then had Eva Marie. I know, boo, hiss. I don't like this. I don't like her either. I especially don't like her nosing around down here in NXT. But she goes and tries to politic with William Regal, saying, I've been down here for a few weeks and I'm seeing the girls and I'd really like to get a match. And William Regal chop blocked her right there at the door and said, basically, and he didn't hit the sunshine. I thought he would, but that they need to earn your spot down here in NXT, and you don't just walk in the door and get anybody you want coming for the main roster when you've already been at the top, basically is what he's saying. And that she has to indeed prove herself quite a bit more before he'll book her with anybody on the NXT roster. Anybody. I loved it. Shut her right down. I hope they're working her in the ring. I hope Matt Bloom and Sarah Del Rey / Sarah Amato are working the makeup off of her cake face and getting her soaked with sweat and having her pulling tires and throwing ropes and doing all of it. But I highly doubt that's what's going on with Eva Marie. She's just looking to get her name in there again because she's not really being too successful other than on the Divas TV show. And we don't need her down here in NXT trying to steal the spotlight from the girls who work their tails off to be in this promotion, who work their tails off to get a chance to that main roster where some model comes walking in off the street, gets a gig up there because Vince McMahon thought she was pretty and would throw her on the show and she can't wrestle a lick. But that's just my opinion. Nobody else's. Just mine. I just had to get that off my chest. And I apologize if I offended anyone with my rant on Eva Marie. Next up, we have our main event and talk about getting it out and throwing it down and getting your yayas out and doing whatever you got to do. It was Finn Balor going up against the man-beast Rhino. And my God, Rhino dominated this match. It blows your mind. It's like one week Rhino is on top, the next week he's he was kicking the living tar out of Finn Balor, back and forth all over the ring. Almost to the point that I thought Rhino was going to win this match. But no. Kevin Owens tries to come down and catch the attention and throw the match in Rhino's favor with Finn Balor. Not working. Finn gets back control of this match, starts working Rhino over, hits him with that shotgun kick. Boom, sling blade. Boom, coup de grace for the win. Sunny Bloody Sunday. I like it much better when they called it that. And the 1, 2, and the 3, and Finn Balor is your winner. Owens and Rhino then go in and jump Finn Balor and start beating him from pillar to post. And running down out of nowhere, Samoa Joe, the Samoan submission machine, is in the ring saving Finn Balor. And we fade to black with both men fighting back to back as their opponents took off running up the ramp. Wrestling fans, I am the show. Follow me at You Got the Show on Twitter. I will get back to you. I will retweet. I I follow you back. You send me messages. I message you back. I talk with people all the time. I'm not one of those guys that are just trying to pump numbers and don't talk to anybody. I love talking with fellow wrestling fans, and that's whether you like the product or don't like the product, or you're not happy with something I tweeted, or you love something I tweeted. And for this particular video, will you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, respond down below, let me know what you think about the show. Let me know, am I telling you what you want to hear for these matches and for the news regarding the product? Am I hitting you on all? I got all gears going on this. If there's something I'm missing, if there's something I'm not hitting, I can tweak anything. Let me know what it is. Tell me, and I'll be glad to work it out. Help me to help you, to help me to help you, to help me. You know, Jerry Maguire. I got all kinds of stuff today. I'm in one of those moods. But I got to give shout outs to the man and to my bros. Bill Apter, Apter One Wrestling. One Wrestling's icon. Follow him at the Apter Chat on YouTube. Then my Can-Am Wrestling brothers. Big Ray at Big Ray's show. Andre_Corbeil. They bring you the best in news, discussions, interviews. They got some big guests coming up. Can't tell you who they are, but they're coming, and they're coming soon. To me, Can-Am is the best wrestling show out there. I love it. Of course, occasionally I am part of it in the back in the day segment. That doesn't affect my judgment of the show, because I was a fan before I was on the show, if you know what I'm saying. And speaking of back in the day, shout out to my partner Billy Ray Valentine and the Professor Quintana, who are part and parcel of Hustle and Show Goes Old School. We're working on getting our guest back. We had the technical difficulties with the computer crashing on us, and we are working, and that guest is our return to the airwaves, the video waves, the streaming world, whatever you want to call it. And until we settle that, no show. And that's just the way it is, because he is going to be the rebirth of the show for Hustle and Show, and that's just the way it is, and that's going to be good for business. Andre_Corbeil does the TNA Impact Wrestling review each and every week, and let me tell you, Wednesday nights are the night for wrestling. NXT, Ring of Honor, TNA Impact Wrestling, Lucha Underground. You cannot beat it. Get your DVR, your TiVos going. If you got to bust out a VCR, if you still got one of them and a blank tape, pop it in. Don't miss any of these shows. I cover Ring of Honor at the Ringside Ring of Honor review every week, alongside of the WWE NXT review, which I'm doing right here. Big Ray is doing the Raw review right now for Monday nights, as Billy Ray Valentine is on different assignments. Andre_Corbeil again, TNA Impact Wrestling. Lucha Underground is being covered by other reporters at One Wrestling, not by our Can-Am family right here at this time. But with that, again, I am the show. This was NXT Review, and I will see you down the road.